Hello guys, good morning. This is probably the first video of this course, and I'm gonna start the course with a ring that I didn't make. It's something that has been given to me by a customer, and the customer said a guy did this ring for me and nothing really worked. Okay, this is not me complaining about someone. This is not me saying that someone else is not doing the right job. I just want you to understand why something is wrong. I could do this with pen and paper, but because I have the file and because I work with CAD, it's much easier for me to show it to you with Rhino. Right, I'm just gonna analyze what's wrong with this. Okay, first thing, there are a few, but the main thing is this. As you can see, this is kind of thin. It's really thin actually. You could do it like that with two bezels, but technically, it's just better if you make one single one, because it's gonna make everything stronger. Anyway, this, I'm gonna analyze it. I don't expect you to do anything in this exercise, it's just for me to show you something that is wrong. Okay, this is point 4. If by any chance you manage to print a wax of this, and by any chance you manage to cast it, you will probably end up with a little gap here. And if you don't have the gap after casting, you will have it when you start cleaning it up, because it's just too thin. Plus, it's exactly what it shouldn't be, anything thin. Everything here should be kind of strong, because all the tensions in the ring, because you want to make sure that under the stone it's solid and strong. But yeah, anyway, it should be stronger, should be thicker. With the one on the top, this is group. I'm going to ungroup it. I have the feeling that this ring has been made in Matrix. It could have been done in any other software, but I think it's Matrix because of the colors and because of the shapes. What I was saying, yeah, this one is not bad, but it could be better. Why it could be better? In my opinion, and this is a personal opinion, how I would do it, I would not make this round. This should be straight, for one simple reason. In my opinion, it looks better once the piece is finished, but also it's much easier to clean up. If you have something straight on the outside, it's going to be easier when you clean up the casting to clean it up properly. In the inside, it's kind of the same really. How are you going to clean it here? You really can't do that. And it has too many hidden angles. So you make it square. You still don't have to clean all of the inside, of course, but it's just easier. Okay. Also, to clean up and to polish, it's just easier. Okay. The close is probably the only thing that is right in this ring. Still, it's okay, but I would probably make it with another profile that I'm going to show you in the course. If I forget to show you, please remind me. But I will make something that looks similar to this. I'm not gonna remake anything here now. This video is just for you to show you, just for me to show you what we're doing. Okay. So yeah, that would be all for the collet. Actually, it's not. Another thing that I would do is taper this a little bit that way. Okay, I don't want to see the under bezel of the stone from the side beam. It should be tapering a bit more. Okay. As you can see, basically, whoever did this, I have the feeling that it's someone who's starting, so fair enough. But I have the feeling that basically they just made the shank and the collet thinking that they would be two different parts. When you're doing a ring, you have to make sure that one part matches the other one. This is not nicely blended, it's just two little parts. This profile doesn't match this shape. Okay. Also, when it comes to the shank, you can see that goes in and out. It's like D-shaped, not D-shaped, sorry, it's like wobbly. Okay, that's because probably this ring has been made with these two curves. Yeah, this profile is like very a matrix profile. It looks like a matrix profile. So, sorry, what I was saying, you have these two profiles, and then you add a profile at the bottom of the shank, you add another profile here and another profile here, and you have a ring. The thing is, when you have a profile like this, when it goes to this shape like this, to a point, Matrix and Rhino as well does something quite funny, and in order to fix it, you need to rebuild that sweep. It's probably what they done here. The problem is that when you rebuild it, you need to make sure that you are rebuilding with enough control points. I know this might sound a bit technical to you at the beginning, but I'm gonna answer all your questions in the next video. Basically what I mean is that the surface should have a bit more quality. Okay, if you don't select enough quality, you will end up with something like this. Okay, which is still, in the casting it might not make a difference, but it just, you should get used to make things in a certain way. What else about the shank? Well, as you might have noticed, it's incredibly thin, like way too thin. Dimension, align dimension. From here to here, 1.2, ladies and gentlemen. That means that this ring is gonna be probably 1 mil after casting. Yeah, it depends on the metal really, but too thin. Even if you're lucky and it comes to 1 mil after polishing, it's gonna break soon. So the customer might wear it 2 weeks and then you would have an issue. What else? Well, also on the side of the ring, align dimension 1.4, so the same, it's gonna be too thin. What I wanted to talk to you, it's about this profile. So you can see it's completely sharp. I'm just gonna show you the profile, so I'm just gonna make a little plane and I'm gonna make intersection of the surface and this. Okay, this is the profile. You see, this is what I was telling you about being wobbly. It's just not nice. Even if it was straight, it wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't be okay. Okay, even if it was like this. Right, what's the problem with this? Actually, the problem here. This should be more rounded. Okay, this should be something. Let me make a circle, 3 points. This should be something like this on the top. Okay, because if it goes very sharp, it's just gonna break. You're making the top of the point, this angle, incredibly sharp, which it will never be so sharp, because once you clean up and polish it, you're gonna fuck up the whole thing. On the side, it's even worse. Why? Because if you have something like this and you manage to print it, especially if you print with a SolidScape, or yeah, let's imagine that you're printing this with a SolidScape. These little points here are gonna be more fragile. You could technically print it, but it's gonna be so thin. Actually, if I'm gonna measure it, let's just say I'm not even measuring the very end. Okay, that is, look, you see, that means that from here to here it's just not gonna come up. Okay, how you do this. Okay, I'm just gonna draw the profile how I would make it, okay? Well, symmetrical, of course. So, kind of like this. Okay, the profile should be like this. Basically, because if you do it like that, you don't have that problem anymore. Okay, you have a nice flat on the side, all around the ring, and it just works. Still, I mean, this I would soft it out, of course, but you just avoid having this problem on the side. Especially if you cast it in silver, this edge here will never really be there. It will only be there on the cut file. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make another video showing how to improve this ring. Again, I don't know the guy who did this. I don't even know if it's actually a guy or a girl. But the thing is, I'm not trying to say that somebody did something wrong. I just want you to understand why it's wrong. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, any queries, and I'm happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching.